Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and today's video is all about design entrance exam and orientation towards what is the availability of jobs or what sort of placements happen or career opportunities that we have in design field. So let's get started. It is going to be a very detailed video where we will be talking about all the entrance exams of design based entrance exams, and also the colleges that we will be recommending to you. So let's get started. So design orientation for the year 2023 and 24. So we are focusing on the examination that is going to happen in the year 2024, but this is also relevant for students who will be appearing in the year 2025, right? So let's get started. The first name that comes to our mind when we talk about design is NID, one of the oldest institutes in the country. It was established somewhere in 1960s, and it's a premier institute of design in our country. It has currently, NID has centers in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Bangalore, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Assam. Right. Next is NIFT, which was established in the year 1986, and the first center came up in Delhi, and right now presently it has got around 16 to 17 different centers across India. Chennai, Delhi, Gandhinagar, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Jodhpur, Kangra, Kannur, Patna, Raebareli, Shillong, and Srinagar. Next is SEED as well as UCEED. Okay, so what is SEED and UCEED? These are entrance exams conducted by the IITs. So we have Triple IT, TM Jabalpur, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Guwahati are also conducting and taking students for bachelor's in design. Then we have SET, SPA Bhopal, WD Shrishti, UPS, MIT, etc. We will be discussing about the colleges in detail in the coming slides. So please remember, we are looking at NID, the entrance exam for NID, entrance exam for NIFT, SEED as well as UCEED. UCEED is for undergraduate, SEED is for masters. This is NATA and JEE, which is targeted towards architecture students. So let's see what happens in NIFT. So if you are new to our channel, please subscribe. Okay, so that you are always updated with our latest videos, and we keep coming up with a lot of live session for our students so that they are always updated regarding their design entrance exam. Right. So let's see what we have over here. We have the entrance exam pattern of NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology. Right. So again, if you see, here we have written BDes, MDes, BF Tech, MF Tech, and MFN. Right. So I would also recommend that apart from the orientation video that we are having over here, please also do check out the individual prospectus of each and every college. So we have courses. NIFT gives these particular courses. It's not only Bachelor's of Design but also Masters of Design, then Bachelor's of Fashion Technology, Masters of Fashion Technology, and Masters in Fashion Management. So NIFT is a college that focuses on design, management, and technology. Okay, so design is of course open for all the students from different stream. BF Tech is open for science too. So it deals with the technical aspect of the fashion industry, the production process, the science which goes into manufacturing certain products. So this is for science students, so anybody who's opting, who has science and who does not want to go into the creative field but is interested in the fashion industry, then they can opt for BF Tech. Then MF Tech, which is Masters in Fashion Technology, and Masters in Fashion Management. So let's see this. NIFT conducts its examination in two phases. The first phase is the written examination. The duration is 5 hours, where we have CAT. Now I'm talking about BDES. If you notice, I have highlighted this BDES. So we are talking about BDES. So it has the first examination is called CAT, which is Creative Aptitude Test. The weightage is 50%. Okay, duration is 3 hours and it is subjective. It is a drawing-based examination. Then we have GAT, which is General Aptitude Test. Again, the weightage is 30%. Duration 2 hours and there is negative marking. There is a negative marking of 0.25. That means on every wrong answer, 0.25 will be deducted, right? So on if you have made 4 mistakes, if you have given 4 wrong answers, that means 1 mark will be deducted. Also, before moving ahead, I just want all of you to be very clear with the concept of design entrance exams. All the design entrance exams across India, their basic model is the same. They will have a phase 1 examination which comprises of subjective as well as objective, okay, and they will have a phase 2 examination which will again have subjective questions, subjective type questions like model making. They can also conduct interviews, they can also ask for portfolios. So my one very important tip for all the design students is not only prepare for your written exam but also prepare for your portfolios. Now, it doesn't matter whether NIFT is asking for a portfolio or not, because you won't be just appearing for one entrance exam. You will be going for other entrance exams as well. So, your portfolio could be very handy, because at times on the last moment, the college might ask you to submit a portfolio, right? So, be prepared. It's always a good idea to be prepared, and also get yourself a good knowledge and preparation for interviews as well. Even the undergraduate students and postgraduate students, they definitely have interviews. So coming back to this slide, we have CAT, which tests your drawing as well as your creative ability. Then you have GAT, which tests your analytical ability, reasoning, English grammar, English comprehension, GK, as well as current affairs. Now, phase 1 examination are conducted across several centers throughout the country, right? So, if you are staying, say, in somewhere in UP, say Allahabad, so the nearest test centers will be Lucknow, right? So, you will be getting the list of test centers after the prospectus is out and once you get the admit card. Also, I have written over here that all the forms are available around September or October, and the examination date is January or February. I'm talking about tentative dates. You definitely need to read the prospectus very well. But yes, this is the gist of it, and this is the basic format, and you have to prepare as per this particular format if you are going for BDES, which is Bachelor's in Design. Now, here I have given you the number of questions that come in GAT. Okay, GAT has 3 questions, options are available. So, GAT, as I told you, is a subjective test. So, you will be getting 3 questions. 3 questions are mandatory. Apart from that, you will be having options. In most cases, most of the years, every year, we see that options are provided to the students. So you need not worry, but it was very difficult to choose, between amongst all these options. So once you make up your mind and you're good at something, it will be much more easy for you to choose the right option. GAT, on the other hand, is a 2 hours examination. I have given you a breakup of the number of questions that would come. So quantitative ability will have 20 questions, logical reasoning 15, English grammar 25, English comprehension 25 questions, GK and current affairs 15 questions. Okay. But again, a disclaimer comes over here. These are subjected to changes. So you might see certain changes in the number of questions. Something, they might increase current affairs and they might decrease logical reasoning. There is a possibility. So be prepared for that. Again, now we are talking about phase 2. So till now we were talking about phase 1, NIFT, B-test. Now we are on a slide where we are talking about phase 2 situation test. The phase 2 examination of NIFT is called situation test. Again, I have written it down. Shortlisted candidates are called for phase 2 exam in the NIFT centers. Okay. You can even take a screenshot of this so that you keep this in mind. Shortlisted candidates are called for phase 2 exam in the NIFT centers and in the month of April and May. Situation test. The weightage is 20%. Okay, and it's a 2-hour duration examination. It's a practical exam where students have to make a model based on the theme given. All the materials are provided by NIFT. So you don't have to really think about the material that you have to use, because you will be provided with all the material. Okay. I have given you some sample questions over here. So design a headgear inspired by underwater creature. Depict the word movement in 3D. Create a game for maths enthusiast students aged between 7 to 10. So these are the type of questions that would come in situation test, where you have to make a 3D model. Please remember, it is completely like model based. You don't have to draw anything. You have to make a model using the material that have been provided to you. Also, the total number of seats in BDIS as per 2023 is 3,309. Out of which almost 50% is reserved. So if you are somebody from the general category, you have to be within 1500 rank. Okay, and if you want to get into the top NIFTs, then you have to be in top 500, right? You can read about the category wise seat distribution in the prospectus. Next is, let's talk about phase 1 of MDIS. So both MDIS and BDIS, they will be having a phase 1 and phase 2 examination, right? So again, the written examination is for 5 hours. Now here, the weightage of CAT and GAT is slightly changed. So students who are appearing for MDIS, please remember, CAT, which is Creative Aptitude Test, has a 40% weightage, unlike BDIS, which had almost 50% weightage. Okay, drawing 3 hours duration, subjective. CAT remains the same, 30% weightage, 2 hours duration, negative marking of 0.25. On every wrong answer, you have to 0.25 will be deducted. It is objective and you get MCQ type of questions. Again, CAT test your drawing and creative ability. GAT would test your analytical reasoning, English comprehension, GK, current affairs, etc. Now there is one thing common between BDIS and MDIS. In fact, it's common for all the design entrance exam. The entrance exam content for your phase 1 examination is the same for BDIS and MDIS. Okay, that's why it doesn't matter whether you have done engineering in your undergrads or you have done commerce or you have done arts. Why? Because your um, criteria of the selection, the content is same. It is your basic aptitude till class 10. Okay. So phase 1 examination again conducted across India. It is the centers will be same as BDES. Now MDES again has the similar breakage in terms of the GAT questions. Right? There is one slight change in the GAT part. So you will be having 3 questions. You can expect one question to be a essay based question. Okay, so be prepared for that. You have to read a lot. You have to start enhancing your writing ability, how you express yourself, what sort of language do you use. These are the things which matter a lot in case you are going for NIFT entrance exam. Next is, now this is something important and this is unlike your BDES examination. So if you are a MDES student, if you are going for masters, please remember that shortlisted candidates who will be going for phase 2 examination, the phase 2 examination is 30%. Okay, duration is 2 hours and you will be having a group discussion as well as a personal interview. Okay, and you will be called to the NIFT centers and your group discussion and your personal interviews will be happening in the centers. Next is NFM, Masters in Fashion Management. So again, in case you are somebody who is really enthusiastic to join the industry, fashion industry, but you want to go into the managerial field, you want to see how the retail industry works or how the domestic market works or how the export scenario works or the luxury market works, then this is something that you are looking at. It's a very interesting field and it's for 2 years duration. They give you a master's degree and it is called Masters in Fashion Management. It is a very highly sought after course in NIFT. So your eligibility is that you need to be an undergrad with 3 years or 4 years degree. Okay. Again, you don't have any creative or subjective related questions. You only have a general aptitude test. The duration is 3 hours and this is the breakup of the question. So you have quantitative ability, logical reasoning, English grammar, English comprehension, GK, current affairs, and case studies are added to this. Please remember there are certain case studies which will be given in your test papers. You will have to read them and you have to come up with the proper solution. Again, there are negative marking over here. Across all the examinations of NIFT, you will be having negative marking. You will be getting negatively marked on each and every wrong answer. Okay. The total number of seats as of this year, as of the latest statistics, it is 606 seats. Again, 50% is reserved for the other categories. Again, the second phase of MFM is the same as MDES. You have 30% weightage, you have a group discussion, and you have a personal interview. There is no portfolio submission in the examinations of NIFT. Now, let's talk about BF Tech and MF Tech. So, eligibility for BF Tech is 10 plus 2 pattern of examination of any recognized board of secondary examination. Eligibility for MF Tech is B Tech or equivalent. Okay. So, again, it's a 3 hours examination. You only have GAT in this. It's a, you have the subjective part. So, these are the topics that you will be getting. Now, total number of seats in BF Tech is 652 across India in all the NIFT centers, and total number of MF Tech seats across India is 148. Again, if you are appearing for NIFT examination, please remember that you will be eligible to get into any of the 16 centers of NIFT. So NIFT conducts this examination to take students into their different branches across India. Right? So this was about NIFT. I hope you understood all the details about the examination pattern. If you have any doubts, you can go back. You can pause the video anytime. You can go back and check out what are the criteria. Keep them in mind, and also you have to decide what you want to do and what stream do you want to go in. Again, one more thing, in NIFT for BTS, you have different streams, like you have fashion design, textile, knitwear, leather, fashion communication, accessory designs, etc. Okay, but you will be choosing them in your while you're filling up the form. Please remember that you have to choose a discipline as per your liking, as per your interest. So if you are somebody who's interested in graphic, who's interested in journalism, who's interested in photography, then fashion communication is the course for you. If you are into pattern making, if you like draping garments, designing garments, right, then fashion design, knitwear design, as well as leather design is for you. Textile is something where you are introduced to various weaving technique, various ways in which a fabric is developed from yarn to fabric stage, and then fabric to fashion is covered in textiles. So you get to study various printing techniques, various surface embellishments, how to enhance a surface of a home furnishing as well as fashion garments. So these are the things that you will be studying for your textile. If you are somebody who is out and out interested in forms and product design and furnitures, then accessory design is the field for you. So before choosing any of these fields, please do a little introspection about what is your liking. How do you see yourself in future? Okay, so according to your vision, according to your liking, you need to choose the discipline, because please remember, these are very exhaustive courses. Okay, 4 years you will have to study these extensively. You have to do your studies and research. So you should be getting bored, and you have to get into a particular field which you really like. Also, design is a very interdisciplinary subject. In right now, as per the demand of the market, new subjects have been introduced to all the design disciplines. Like something like UI UX is becoming very popular. So you will be having modules and electives related to UI UX, related to graphic design, related to photography, in all the disciplines that you will be taking in NIFT. For further details, you have to read the prospectus very properly and thoroughly, so that you can choose the right option. Moving ahead. Now, let's talk about NID. NID is National Institute of Design, and it has various centers in Ahmedabad, Bangalore, MP, Assam, as well as Madhya Pradesh. Right? So again, NID entrance exam or NID prelims is called DAT, which is Design Aptitude Test. Do not get confused with any other examination. NID conducts its own examination. While when you appear in to these examinations, you are eligible to get into any of the disciplines which is being provided by NID, National Institute of Design. So again, the forms are out around September and October. The examination dates, the exam is conducted in January or February. Okay, these are the again tentative dates, and they might be subjected to change. They are only subjective to changes. Like during the COVID calamity, there were major changes in the timelines. Okay. So this written examination is of 3 years. Okay, we are talking about NID exam pattern. NID has got courses in BDES, Bachelor's of Design, and MDES, Masters in Design. So the weightage of the part 1. So this 3 years examination is divided into part 1 and part 2, right? So the weightage of part 1 is 30 marks and the weightage of part 2 is 70 marks. Now this weightage is again subjected to changes. It can, the part 1 is your objective type. Now you can get a question paper of 40 marks or 30 marks, right? And part 2 is the drawing test. Again, you can get a question paper of either 60 marks or 70 marks. So every year when the prospectus is out, that is the time when you will get to know the exact weightage. But this is the tentative weightage depending upon this year's examination pattern. So here we have the list. We have BDES in NID Ahmedabad, MDES again in the Gandhinagar and Bangalore centers. We have Bachelor's in Design Andhra Pradesh, Bachelor's in Design Haryana, Madhya Pradesh as well as Assam. So the Gandhinagar and the Bangalore centers are dedicated to MDES. You have MDES courses in these particular centers. Eligibility criteria for MDES. This particular eligibility criteria is extremely important. So if you are going for BDES, you need to have completed your +2, or you might be appearing for +2. You can even appear for your NID entrance exam. The age criteria is very important. Read about the age criteria, if you are meeting the age criteria or not. Then there is another category which is overseas category or the supernumerary category. Now this is for foreign citizens. So candidates who are holding a citizenship of a country other than the Republic of India only are eligible to apply under the overseas category, provided they fulfill the eligibility criteria which is mentioned earlier. In addition to the seats available for BDES program, an additional 15% of the seats are available for overseas category candidates. The number of seats available in overseas category are as under. So the number of seats for the supernumerary category in Ahmedabad is 19, Madhya Pradesh is 11 and Haryana is 11. So this is only if you have a foreign passport. If you are an Indian but you have a foreign passport, then you are eligible for these reserved seats. Now, again, as NIFT, again NID also has masters in design. So you have 2 stages in masters in design, which is design aptitude test, DAT, prelim. Again, it is conducted in various test centers across India. Candidates should note that appearing for the DAT prelim or being shortlisted for the second stage of the examination process does not guarantee an automatic entitlement to admission. That means once you have appeared for this written examination, you have to also clear the mains. Okay, this is called the prelims, this is called the mains. The phase 2 examination of NID is called mains examination. Okay, shortlisted candidates after that prelim will be invited to appear for the stage 2, which is your mains exam. Exact dates of the test centers, exact details of the test centers will be announced in the DAT mains admit card. Okay. Again, here we have the seat-wise division. So, as I told you that NIFT is mostly fashion related college, so it has got all the disciplines related to fashion. NID is design related, and you have different disciplines related to design. So this particular slide will be very useful for you to understand that. So first is Faculty of Communication Design. Okay. Also, please note that the Masters in Design in NID is a 2.5 years course. That means 2 years you will be studying in the college and 6 months you will be working in the industry for your internship. The same thing happens in NIFT, but it is a 2 year course. So 1.5 years you are in college, and the last 6 months you are working in the industry for your internship. So these are the categories or the domains. So you have animation and film design, film and video communication, graphic design, photography design. These are the centers, these are the number of seats. Faculty of Industrial Design. So you have ceramic and glass, furniture and interior design, product design, toy and game design, transportation and automobile design, universal design. These are the centers and these are the number of seats which are offered. Now, please remember that before choosing any of these disciplines, you need to be very sure about which particular discipline you want to go into. Now, you must be wondering that when I was discussing about NIFT, I did not talk about so many disciplines for masters. That's because in NIFT, you get a general master's degree. You get to choose your subjects once you go into the college. So if you are someone who is thinking of doing UI UX design or graphic design, so you will be choosing your subjects accordingly. But you get a degree of masters in design. Okay. But in NID, it is discipline specific, so don't get confused. If you are very focused, like for example, if you want to get into furniture and interior design, then you choose furniture and interior design. If you are someone who's wanting to get into ceramic and glass design, then you only focus on ceramic and glass design. But even everything said and done, always remember at the end of the day, design is an interdisciplinary subject, and you will be getting inputs about other disciplines also a little bit. And it's always advisable to know about all the disciplines in design. Moving ahead, so here we had communication design and industrial design, and these were the subheads. Then we have Faculty of Information Technology, which is integrated program. We have digital game design, information design, interaction design, and new media design. These are the number of seats and these are the centers which are offering these courses. In fact, we have a lot of our students who are studying, who have taken up these disciplines, and we would definitely want them to come on board with us and discuss about those particular disciplines and what happens in the college. Moving ahead, Faculty of Interdisciplinary Design Study, where we have Design for Retail Experience and Strategic Design Management. Now, these are comparatively new courses which have been introduced like 3-4 years back or 7-8 years back in NID, keeping in mind the changing scenario of the design, design industry in our country. Then we have Faculty of Textile, Apparel, Lifestyle Design. Now this is the oldest course that NID is offering. These were some of the first courses that it started with, textile being the core. Textile, lifestyle, accessory and apparel. So now if you are somebody who's wanting to go into again textile or fashion or apparel, then you can choose amongst these particular courses. Now please note that the percentage of seats reserved for candidate Indian nationals only belong to the various reserved categories are as prescribed in the government of India guideline. Okay, so it's all same across all the courses. Candidate can apply for maximum of 2 disciplines. So you can apply for 2 disciplines. You can apply for textile design as well as industrial design if you want. Okay, and you can even opt for just one discipline as well. Based on the availability of the seats, the shortlisted candidates will be allotted seat. So it depends upon your marks, your rank as well as the availability of the seat. Again, this is the eligibility criteria. So full-time diploma of maximum 4 years duration, right? Here I have written 4-year duration and here I have written 3-year duration. So it's okay if you have a normal graduation degree which is completed in 3 years, but you have to have one gap year. So any design college, the criteria or the eligibility for masters is 10 plus 2 plus 4. Please remember you need to have a plus 4 format. Even if you have done a 3 years of undergraduate course, that's not a problem, but you need to have 1 year of a 1 year as a gap year. So again, in NID also you have a mains examination which is called the DAT mains, and it comprises of a studio test as well as interview and portfolio submission. Now after NID, the next very important examination is your UCEED examination. Again, UCEED is an examination that is conducted by the IITs. There are certain IITs, there are certain colleges which are offering design courses. So if you haven't appeared for NIFT or you haven't appeared for NID, you still have an option of UCEED, which is your undergraduate examination. So we'll just quickly see the list of colleges, examination format, syllabus and exam strategy. So it's for undergraduate common entrance exam of design after 12th, and it is a BDIS examination. 12th or equivalent passed or appeared student. Any stream student can appear, science, commerce and art, except for IIT Guwahati. So in IIT Guwahati, they only take students who have a science background, who have a PCM background. Apart from that, none of the IITs, none of the colleges, they have any such criteria. They are open to students from all stream in +2. Examination is conducted just once in a year and the score is valid for 1 year. That means you can, opt for any of the colleges within the span of 1 year. And you can, for UCEED, you can appear, you can give 2 attempts. So there has to be a consecutive year. In the next year you can attempt. Okay. So again, the examination date is January. Approximately 15,000 students appear for this examination, and every year 2,500 to 3,000 students qualify this particular examination. Now on my screen, I have the colleges which are participating institutes. Okay. So these are the participating institutes like UCEED. Through UCEED, you can definitely get admission in design courses for these colleges: IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, Guwahati, IIT Hyderabad and IIT DM Jabalpur. In the next slide, these are result sharing institutes. There is a difference. So participating institutes, there is no other examination other than UCEED to get into the design entrance design courses. Okay, but in the participating colleges, these colleges do have their own entrance exam, and in case you have appeared for UCEED and you have qualified, you have a qualifying marks in UCEED, then you are eligible to take admission in these particular colleges. So you can take down the name of these colleges. Examination pattern. Again, it's a 3 years examination. Total marks is 300. Again, divided into part A and part B. Okay. So part A is your objective type exam, which is also computer based exam, 240 marks. And part B is the subjective type exam, which is of 60 marks. Please remember, candidates have to be shortlisted in part A. Then only their part B will be evaluated. Okay. Question paper structure of UC 2023. So 3 years of examination. It is in English. It's for 300 marks. The question paper will consist of part A and part B, it is compulsory to attempt questions from both the parts. Utmost care is taken to prepare error-free question paper. However, if an error is detected in the question paper, the UCI committee shall take an appropriate decision after the examination, which shall be final. Again, part A, you have the number of questions given over here. So part A, 18 questions are do not have any negative marking, okay, which is your numeric ability type question, NAT, which is your completely numerical based question. You don't get any options as answers, so you have to complete them, you have to solve the question, and you have to enter the answer on your computer screen. MSQ, again 18 questions and -1 is the negative marking. MCQ, 32 questions, 0.71 is the negative marking. Part B is 60 marks, which is drawing. Here is the summary of the number of questions which are there in part A. 2.5 hours of duration. Next is, let's talk about how to prepare the aptitude part. So practice reasoning, improve observation, read journals and newspapers, inculcate problem solving attitude, daily sketching practice, improve your basic 10th level math, science and general awareness, English, general curiosity and development of empathy is something which is very important for design student. As I always say, travel, watch movies, interact with people from different walks of life are some certain things which will be helpful. Now it brings us to the last part, which is SEED examination. So UCEED was undergraduate, SEED is again masters. So examination format, again we have a part A over here, which is your objective part, which comprises of aptitude questions. Then we have part B, which comprises of subjective questions, but there is a little difference between UCEED and SEED. UCEED you only have one question for drawing, and SEED you have 4 to 5 questions for drawing, and the duration is also more. In UCEED, the drawing duration is only 30 minutes. Again, colleges which accept SEED scores are IIT Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Guwahati, Kanpur, Hyderabad and IIIT Jabalpur. These are the list of colleges that are accepting your SEED scores, that are participating colleges. These are the colleges which are again result sharing in SEED. So if you have appeared for SEED, if you have got a particular rank, then you can go for your admission in these colleges. Shrishti, Tezpur University, LPU, Central University of Assam, UPS, JK Lakshmipad University, ISDI Mumbai, WUD Sonipat, Shiv Nadir University Noida, SPA Bhopal and TTU Delhi. Then let's talk about, is design a good field to get into, and what are the job prospects. So please remember that design is an ever increasing in terms of opportunities. Why? Because there are so many changes in there are so many changes in technology, like new softwares are coming up, there are new ways of coming up with designs which is happening every day. So students need to be aware. Every company, they want students, they want people, or designers who have a certain skill set which are being provided by these colleges. So these are some of the drivers of market. Like, what is it? Rapid technological development. Because of rapid technological development in certain areas, the demand for designers or design graduates are increasing. Skilled workers shortage. Designers are skilled in a particular subject, or they are skilled in a particular discipline. So there is a vast shortage of those skilled workers or designers. adoption of advanced technology. So with every coming students design students, there is a new technology which is always being introduced to them, so they are very quickly adapting to it. And we do need students, we do need designers who can adopt to the new and changing technology to come up with designs, right? Then design service market segmentation. So you might be thinking that there are so many design domains, but what are the main design domains? So we are looking at industrial design, graphic design, interior design, and fashion and other design services. These are the main domains. So you can go into the interior and architecture, furniture design. You can go into graphic. Graphic has photography, animation, motion pictures, um, game design, so many things. Industrial is all about product, universal design, accessories, automobile design, etc. Okay. So these are the main heads. You have to, really focus. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? Do you want to go into, do you want to go into interior furniture, lighting, cinematic, or graphic, or industrial design? Again, these are the job opportunities in the field of design, right? So you can be a creative director, design manager, art director, graphic design manager, user experience designer, art professor, sculptor, videographer, toy and game designer, digital game designer, strategic design manager, advertising designer, product designer, textile, jewelry, interior, film and video, multimedia artist, and animator. I would add something to it, this as well. You can also go into the field of NGOs. There are a lot of NGOs who promote certain art and craft of a particular place, and they are constantly seeking designers. There you can also go into the handicraft sector, where government comes up with a lot of schemes for the upliftment of handloom and craft and handicraft of our country. So those are also options for you. You can take up projects with the government, you can take up projects with the NGOs. So again, just to give you a little gist of what we discussed, please remember the different design discipline, which is communication design, industrial design, textile, toy and game, new media, and strategic design management. Okay, so industrial design, you have ceramic and glass, furniture, interior, and product as well. So please keep this particular design disciplines in mind and choose wisely. Choose the as per the kind of inclination you have. So again, of course, if you are getting into the design field, you have to be somebody who's very creative, who's very eager to learn new things and to experiment. To summarize, if you are somebody who's looking for the creative examination, so you're looking at UCEED, NID, NIFT, JEE Paper 2, which is for architecture, NATA, which is again for architecture, and other design colleges, which include colleges like top private colleges like Pearl, Srishti, UID, MIT, WD, etc. So here is the top design colleges of India. Of course, you have NID, which is topping. Then you have IDC Mumbai, which is IIT Mumbai. NIFTs, MIT, UID, UPS, Pearl Academy, Srishti, Symbiosis, MIT, CEPT Pune, CEPT Ahmedabad, ISTI, IIAD, Srishti, Shivnagar, SPA, DTU, Chitkara University, Arc Academy, and Softpool. These are just to name a few, but they are the ones which are very sought after and the top colleges. So this was all for today, guys. I hope this orientation video was helpful for you. I hope you take down each and every important information that we have shared over here and start your preparation ASAP for the year 20. for the year 2024. Okay, so choose the colleges wisely. These are the things that you have to keep in mind, which is faculty, course curriculum, kind of placement, reviews and rankings of a particular college, recognition, culture and environment, location, infrastructure and campuses. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. I hope this was useful for you. Please get back to us in case you have anything to ask. You can call on the numbers which have been provided. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, and all the best for your preparation.